Thanks, guys. Greatly appreciate that introduction, Ryan, and we're really excited to be part of the presentations today. I'm going to spend a few minutes just going through a presentation which will kind of highlight the current state of client engagement and client communications, and then how automated marketing can help banks and trust companies really grow the engagement levels with their clients, drive referrals, and capture new business. What I'm going to do first is talk about the current situation with client communications. And what I specifically mean here is what are the expectations clients have today for communications coming from their advisors, from their bank, from their trust company. And there's no surprise that the three top reasons the top reason clients cite for leaving their advisor is high fees. This is not a surprise. The third reason they cite is perceived bad advice. Again, that's probably no surprise. And neither high fees nor perceived bad advice are easily mitigated with a technology solution. But the second most cited reason is lack of communication. And this is something that every advisor, every firm, every bank, every trust company is fully in control of. Today, there are great communication systems that are easy to implement, that are affordable, economical, that 5 years ago were really out of reach unless you were a really large network. So today, there's no reason at all to not address lack of communication as one of the leading reasons for client defection. And as you guys know, and we've all heard, so I'm not going to repeat it too much, but the current environment we're in with the COVID crisis seems to be continuing and has really driven a huge spike in the demand for advisor communications by their clients. We saw across our network of about 10,000 advisors, we communicate with about 7 million communications every month out to investors. And across those communications, we saw a 47% spike in consumption of those communications. So there's a massive demand, more than ever. Investors today are looking for guidance. A lot of people are looking for an advisor for the first time, and many are looking for a new advisor. They want someone they can communicate with and trust through these periods. And so often we get asked by the enterprises we work with. We work with over 400 enterprises today, fully integrated with their compliance and marketing teams. And we hear, what is enough communication? You say we need to communicate more. It's the second most cited reason for clients to leave a bank or a trust company. And the answer is 26 touch points today. So emails, meetings, phone calls, 26 of those touch points is what the average investor will get from their service provider, from their bank, their trust company, and specifically from the advisor. In every demographic, regardless of age, gender, location, net worth, they all want more communication. So this is super clear today for us that this is something we should do. We want to start communicating with our clients, make them aware, be a thought leader, provide them educational material around the things that are can be solved, or there's huge opportunity to solve problems. One is that nearly 50% of all clients out there today, all investors out there today, don't have a written will or estate plan. And I'm sure everyone here today is well aware of this. But through digital communications and providing educational content consistently, you can make a dent in that. And that's something that we want to be part of. But communicating just to stem defections, or communicating to make sure that you have a low retention or a high retention rate, low churn rate, or low defection rate is one reason to do it. The second reason is there's a massive opportunity for firms out there and for advisors out there of all sizes to grow business. So one thing that consistent, highly valued communication, delivering content that all of your individual households want to read, and that helps them with an immediate focus or problem that they're addressing. That's one thing, but there's a huge benefit in referrals. When clients feel engaged, when they report feeling engaged by their advisor and their bank, they do 5 times as many referrals. So it will increase retention and stem defections but it will also create a huge opportunity in referrals if you communicate consistently and with valued content. So quickly, what do we do? What does AdvisorStream do? Please check us out. We are an automated marketing platform, so we bring in marketing automation. We do that with our partners, which are the most trusted publishers, and we'll talk about that in the world. So we do a number of things, and check out our reviews. You'll see what people are saying about us. We're the highest reviewed, most frequently reviewed, 5-star review across Google, G2, Capterra, all the review sites. And so check out what advisors and banks are saying about us. But what do? We grow share of wallet. Okay, we help advisors grow share of wallet with their existing clients by deepening those client relationships. We do that by delivering really personalized communications, and that's what we're going to spend the last part of this discussion on. We also attract leads across all channels. We're an omni-channel marketing platform. That means that we use highly credible content coming from our partners in your newsletters, in your email campaigns, in your social media activities, and on your website. So across all of those channels, we attract new leads to help grow business. And again, we want to make sure we're increasing touch points with clients, but we want those touch points to be relevant and valued, right? We don't want to just go from 26 on average, 26 touch points to 52 touch points by just randomly sending them things that aren't hyper targeted. So we're going to talk about how AdvisorStream can do that. We also make sure that you out there who are trying to keep your trust company or your bank compliant, we want to make sure you're not bringing on any more risks when you get into automated digital marketing. So we help you stay compliant. All of our marketing systems and services and content meet all regulatory requirements, both the SEC and FINRA. We also make sure that all privacy laws are maintained, that all spam laws are abided by, and that copyright laws are not broken. And we see that across the board in the industry today. So we get rid of those issues for you. Again, we will help you not only attract leads, we'll help you nurture those leads and convert those prospects into new clients. We'll get rid of random risks. And what we're talking about here when we talk about eliminating risks across marketing is having a rogue financial advisor or bank advisor doing things that you may not be aware of. You give them an omni-channel platform, so that takes care of their social media, their newsletters, their email marketing, and their website marketing. And if the platform is highly configurable, so if one of these is not important to your bank, or you already have a solution in place, no problem. We can turn that channel, that part of our platform off. So we're going to eliminate risks by making sure that your advisors have all the tools they require, but they're tools that you chose, not tools that either the advisor is finding on their own or just marketing tactics that you may not meet your firm policies. Not only regulatory and legal responsibilities, but your firm policies. And why do we do all this? ROI. At AdvisorStream, our goal is, again, having high retention rates, low defection rates from existing clients, and then bringing in net new clients, and also expanding share of wallet with existing clients. It's all in an effort for measuring ROI. And that's something we're seeing at firms today and at all of our enterprise clients is they want to see what the ROI is. Brand building is good. We do that as well. Advocacy is good. The using content marketing is great for those two things. But at the end of the day, you need to increase AUM. So how do we do that? We do that by taking any content that the advisor is using that's compliance approved, and any of the head office content that has been created for advisors, and make sure that that's available in the system as well. And then we marry that. We complement the content your marketing department at the head office is creating, and any content available from the advisor, and we support that, complement that with the most trusted content from the most trusted sources in the world. And we make sure that all the content being used is FINRA approved, so there's nothing to worry about. I'm just going to jump into what does that look like. So at AdvisorStream, the number one priority is client experience, okay? We want your clients to have an excellent experience with you when you communicate with your newsletters, again, one-off emails or email campaigns, or they visit your LinkedIn account, your Facebook account, your Twitter account, or your website. We want to make sure there's always highly current, credible content on all of those channels. You never know when a prospect's going to visit. And the way to make sure that it's a really high-end experience is to make sure that the content is all licensed. You don't want to use a Wall Street Journal article or video or a Bloomberg article or Barron's or any of our partners. We have over 40 partners. You don't want to send your clients to that content. You want to bring that content in to your website, into your social media accounts, into your newsletters. Otherwise, your clients hit paywalls and they'll see ads. The way we approach that is entirely different. The way we approach that is to make sure you're branded, the advisor is branded, or the bank is branded on every single piece of content you're using. Whether that's a piece of content that's aimed to get people out to a virtual event or a webinar, or if that's content you've posted again to social media or websites, or it's content being used in newsletters, irregardless, should always be co-branded. There should be no paywalls, no ads, just a superior client experience. So let's take a look at that. So it's about content, highly credible content, supporting your head office content, and then distributed across all channels, newsletters, social media posts, your website and your blog, and then also client portals. This is something that we launched. You may have seen an announcement earlier this year in partnership with InvestNet Enterprise, but we've launched our client portal services. So we're a full all-channel, you'll hear omni-channel, we're a true all-channel marketing platform for banks and trust companies and broker-dealers. We know from results that you need to be sending hyper-personalized communications to your clients. If you want to build long-term relationships, you have to be delivering communications and content with those communications that's specifically personalized for each household. And you need automation to do that. We use algorithmic curation with our partners to make sure that we can find exactly the right piece of content, the exact right message for each of your clients. Whether that's something like preparing your children to take over your business, updating your will, getting estate planning moving, getting ready for taxes, et cetera, et cetera. You need to be delivering content that really speaks to each individual household about the events that they're currently focused on. Whether that's a problem or an opportunity, you want to make sure that you're always giving them educational content. And we do this through consumption profiles and artificial intelligence. So for every single client you have and for every single lead that we capture for you, or leads that you capture offline, you may have other leads that you've captured at a physical event or a virtual event, and we can pull those in from your CRM. So whether it's a lead we're capturing or it's a lead that you're bringing into AdvisorStream to allow us to nurture that lead, we'll do that. We create a consumption profile, which will tell us exactly what each client and each prospect is focused on. Over time, we know everything that they've consumed, whether that's an article, video, infographic. We know what publishers they will consume, and then we go a step further. Not only identify what this person's interested in or this household is interested in, but we go a step further, and then with all of our feeds coming from Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Bloomberg, Forbes, Reuters, The Economist, Harvard Business Review, all of those different publishers will go and find highly personalized content for each and every client. So we'll recommend that. And then we even automate the follow-up if that's of interest. You can turn that on and off. Some advisors want to choose which of these pieces of content that we've curated for this lead or this prospect. The advisor will want to send it herself or himself, but we can fully automate that drip process. Get this person into a meeting or onto a call for you. So that's hyper-personalized content. You can see for each and every focus, we can find content, real-time content from trusted sources. ROI, I talked a lot about ROI. This is something all of you out there are focused on. What budget dollars do we want to dedicate to marketing? We're seeing that really increase across all firms. Again, given that digital communications have become such a requirement really today. Not only is it necessary because a lot of people can't meet with their clients, but clients actually want it, right? You can't, if a client wants more than 26 touch points a year, certainly you're not going to want to do that by meetings, right? You're going to want to do that with digital communications. But those digital communications have to have ROI. your digital marketing has to have ROI. And so what we believe at AdvisorStream is you should have real-time ROI across every channel. At all times, you should know how your content is performing. I'm sure you can't see this, but this shows a small company that this is a real company, came on board just about 6 months ago. They have 400 people. They started with a pilot of 20, very quickly got up to about 150 now, and that's growing quickly. We show them their adoption across their firm. We show which content is resonating and is productive, creating leads, creating engagement. This particular firm has 3 types of content that they produce at head office, so we monitor and track all of that. First, we distribute that to the end investors, and then we monitor how it performs. We show you all your new leads that we've created each month, and we actually can even show you what new AUM has converted, and that's what this column is here. Pretty small, but it shows what clients have converted that we've captured for you and what AUM they brought to your business. So that's truly showing you transparent ROI on your marketing efforts. And you can drill down into social media efforts, you can drill down into newsletter efforts, you can drill down into website efforts. So there's a lot of granular level reporting going on, so you know your investment has been well rewarded. I mentioned we deliver millions of communications every month. How do we do that? And we have proprietary workflows, whether that's a massive broker-dealer like a Mass Mutual or a Raymond James or Stera, something like that, or it's a smaller bank, trust company, regional or national. We use the same workflows. These workflows ensure that there's little new efforts required of the firm. Okay, we directly integrate with the compliance departments and marketing departments, and we can deliver, as I mentioned, I think we're over 7 million investor communications a month now. And in those communications carry over 30 million pieces of content every month. And how we were able to do that at scale is really an automated workflow of and a global approval rejection system. And of course, we do all the social media monitoring and archiving that the regulators require. So we've got you covered there. We integrate with a lot of tools. And if you don't see particular tools that you would want, you just let us know and we'll go out and check. We'll do some due diligence. And if there's any, and we'll integrate those unless there's some problem. But typically speaking, we can integrate just about anything. Of course, in the CRM space, we do Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics. Redtail we find is still really popular, so we integrate with all those. We also will integrate with your custom CRMs if you have your own custom CRM or a smaller CRM that you've used for many years. That's fine. We'll integrate with that as well. In terms of client portals, this is something we launched earlier this year and something that I think all banks, regardless of size and trust companies, should be looking at. We launched client portals with a number of partners, Envestnet, Apprise Labs, MoneyGuide Pro, in the UK, and Teleflow. And then, of course, we also make sure that our platform works with those common technologies that we all use now, like Zoom, Calendly, or any of those other types of things. But again, these are just a snapshot of what we can make work with our platform. One thing I'm going to do quickly is show you the client portal. I didn't do that yet. I think it's something that we're seeing huge demand for. And the way we approach client portals allows you to make sure every household that you serve, an advisor serves or the bank serves, every member of that household has their own login. So let me show you that. This is my portal. This is a live portal. This is the Mulhern family portal. And you'll see a bunch of content here. This is content coming from our partners. So Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Forbes, Reuters, Bloomberg, Economist, etc. And the content you're seeing here is different than the content my wife would see or my daughter would see. When they log in, they're going to see content that's relevant to them. The content here has been decided on by what all of the consumption that I have. So around tax planning, personal wellness, a lot about recession right now because I'm reading about where the market's going potentially, family fairness, all the different things that I'm interested in, healthcare, travel. And this is great. The set of content I'm looking at is highly connected, highly relevant to the things that I'm interested in. When my daughter logs in, she's going to see content based on, should I rent or buy my first home? Should I get rid of how to get rid of credit card debt? How to get rid of student debt? And some of those early investing type content. How do I get started with a portfolio while I still have student debt? Those types of things. So the portal hyper personalizes the content that you'll see for everyone who logs in. So this is our client portal. And again, it's one of a kind. We're the first people to work with all the publishers to do this. And this is something we think can very economically make sure that every bank out there is providing high client engagement, content that's highly related to each of your clients. So I just wanted to quickly show you that. And there is pretty much, Ryan, I'm pretty much done. All I would say is that please take a look at us. I think a lot of people are reviewing digital solutions for the obvious reasons. And we'd love you guys to take a look at us. We are highly rated. Go check us out on Google, G2, and Capterra. And then final thing I would say is that we're happy to give you guys free opportunity to try that. We'd give every bank, anyone who wants to try this, we'll give you 25 seats for free so you can have a pilot and check out the results for yourself, get feedback from the end client, from the advisor, and see how we help banks and advisors grow their business. And I'll leave it there, Ryan.
Thank you, Kevin. Great presentation. I know a lot of people are using your solutions, so thank you for sharing it with the audience. Attendees, please be sure to type your questions into the Q&A box on your control panel if you haven't already done so. Let's see what we got here, Mike. Sorry about that. Kevin, I'm a marketing manager at a regional bank in Northern California. I have 8 branches. Can I get reporting and manage everyone?
That's a great question. So we do, our platform can basically service all kinds of different structures out there. It's very wide ranging. We have one of the largest enterprises we have has 122 regions. So 122 different reporting regions, and we can permission the platform for 8 different areas or 100 different areas. So we'd love to show you. I won't take everyone through that right now, but your reporting would be all rolled up for those different regions. And you could also provide specific content to those regions if that's something that's important to the head office. But absolutely, we'd love to show you. Give us a call or give us a click, and we'll give you a demo of exactly how we can do that.
Thank you. How does AdvisorStream allow firms to create content and have it distributed on their advisor channels?
That's a great question. So again, at the heart of AdvisorStream is a distribution platform, social media, newsletters, websites, and client portals, as I was showing there at the end. The content there is from the head offices or from the advisor in many cases. Some advisors are creating content. We don't think advisors should be spending their whole week writing thought-provoking articles. We think they should be, taking care of their clients. But the marketing departments we work with certainly create a lot of content, some more than others. What we do is automatically move that content into the platform so that content being created by head office is incorporated into the newsletters that we communicate, that we distribute. That content being created by a home office is being distributed to social media accounts, websites, and everything. So the answer is yes. And it's absolutely critical for banks and trust companies to be creating some content. Again, shouldn't be creating content all day long. Not everybody has that kind of budget. That's why we're here to support you. But certainly, we're integrated with more than 400 different firms. About half of those create content on a weekly basis.
Okay, very good. Another question, kind of on the same topic there. How does AdvisorStream know what content to recommend to prospects, and how does it know what they're interested in?
Yeah, that's a great point. What I might do, let's see here. I'm going to, let's go here. I'll just quickly show you. This may be an easier way to do it. My screen's probably a little messy there, but this question's easier shown. The answer is easier shown than spoken to. So if I take this advisor, and and I go to their leads area, I'm going to say, well, how do I know how to communicate to each of these leads that AdvisorStream has captured for me? And it's really quite straightforward. Let's click this person, Guy Legault. This is a lead that we captured on LinkedIn for this advisor. He works for a bank. And can you see my screen there, Ryan?
Yep.
Okay, I got a message that said it wasn't there. Okay, I'm having some trouble here. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm having some trouble with that, so I'll just speak to it, Ryan.
Makes sense.
Sorry. Yeah, so for each and every lead that we capture for you, or leads that you've captured elsewhere and brought into AdvisorStream, we create a consumption profile. So it's a form of machine learning. Oh, there, it's just popped up again. Okay, there we go. I think you're having some trouble. So for this person, Guy Legault, what we do is we create a consumption profile. So it's a type of machine learning. And then we algorithmically say, okay, we know that this person is interested in estate planning. We know that this person's interested in parenting, right? It's not always about money. And so we're gonna go now and look into all of our streams. So we have access to all the content every day that's being produced at Wall Street Journal, Barron's, Bloomberg, and many at Forbes, many others. So we're gonna go in and find if this prospect is highly interested in estate planning, we're gonna find content about estate planning. And we're gonna algorithmically make these recommendations. So each and every lead you have, we're gonna find unique content that's important to them based on their consumption, on their behavior, of the things that they're reading and watching right now. So it's hyper-personalized nurturing, a hyper-personalized communications and content that go out to each and every for each and every lead.
Very good to know. It's unique. You don't really hear about that too much, so it's good stuff. Thanks for explaining it. Let's see here. Does AdvisorStream allow firms to create content? Oh, I think I asked that one. Let's see, we got another. How does your pricing work? That's a good question, John, there.
Yeah, pretty important question. So for individual financial advisors who come to us and they use the entire platform, it's $250 a month, okay? When we work with banks and they have more than one seat, bulk seats, we have tiered pricing. So the pricing comes down quite a bit if you're the larger the network you're at. But our what we call our street price or our base price for an individual subscriber is $250.
Very good.
Now there is a discount for anybody who's at this, and Finlocity though has, I think you guys have negotiated a better pricing, so I would have to find that for anyone who wants it.
Well, reach out to us and we'll redirect it. One other thing, you mentioned your announcement with InvestNet in 2020. Can you comment on that a little bit?
Yeah, so InvestNet, like some of the other, Prize Labs is the other one that's working in conjunction there. And what they're seeing is a really huge demand for client engagement. So they came to us in the winter last year and said, let's sit down, let's build an awesome engagement tool that we can add to our client portals. So that announcement is just that. We work with Prize Labs and InvestNet to build out our client portals. Of course, we work with many other people as well. So if you're a bank or a trust company out there, give us a call. We can come up with a client portal solution for you.
Very good. Thank you very much, Kevin. Looks like that's all the time we've got today. Is there any other comments that you'd like to share before we conclude your session?
No, just that we all know how important it is to communicate today because we can't see everyone. So get out there, adopt automated marketing. Anyone and everyone should be, whether it's our platform or another platform. But if you are evaluating platforms, give us a shot. But make sure you check out reviews and ask to speak to clients that are using the platform, both head office clients and the advisors. And then you can really find out and give us a shot too. We'd love to be there.
Definitely. Thanks again, Kevin. Really appreciate it.